A new Wordle puzzle is online. Click on the link to play.
Listening to the following video may give you clues. Please like and share the videos.
Juventus vs Lazio live stream. Important team news. If you're looking for a Juventus vs Lazio live stream, then you've come to the right place.
This article contains important information on Serie A, the Coppa Italia, Fabinho's fitness and the Italian side's win over Genoa. It is essential reading for any football fan, as it will help you to be a better watcher of the game.
Serie A. If you're planning to watch Juventus vs Lazio live stream on Monday, you should know what to expect from both sides.
Both teams are in a battle for fourth place in the Serie A, and the result could make all the difference. In the last 5 meetings, both sides have failed to keep a clean sheet, and they are both just 1 point behind Juventus.
Nevertheless, form can be a moot point in a big game. Juventus are without Caio Jorge and Weston McKennie, while Dennis Zakaria could feature in central midfield.
Manuel Locatelli, who missed 5 league matches this season, could also be included in the starting. Zidanilo and Weston McKennie are both ruled out due to injuries, while Pedro and Ciro Immobile could be sidelined after complaints of their ankles.
The game is a must-watch for Juventus fans, as the Italian giants are out of reach of third place. As for Lazio, the Italian side has been in decent form over the past few weeks, and they've been a major force in recent seasons.
However, they've lost a number of key players and have struggled to maintain a consistent defensive line this season. Dusan Vlahovic, for example, has scored 51 Serie A goals this season, matching Dejan Stankovic's record for the most by a Serbian player.
Milan traveled to the Stadio Olimpico looking for a win. Last weekend, the Italian side came from behind to defeat Chievo 3-2.
Miralem Pjanic scored a brace, and Mario Mandzukic doubled Juve's lead with the heel of Cristiano Ronaldo. Despite the defeat, the Italian side remained in the top spot in Serie A.
Coppa Italia. If you're following the Coppa Italia final, you probably want to know the latest team news, including any injuries.
Juventus are expected to make a number of changes from the squad that played in the Coppa del Regno final, but it's expected that they'll play with a strong squad. Lazio have been in decent form recently and have won 4 out of their last 6 matches.
While they're not as potent as they once were, the team are confident enough to face the competition head-on. Milan, meanwhile, will aim to maintain their unbeaten streak, which has lasted 12 years.
They've reached the Coppa Italia final 5 times in that span. While Milan have not won the Coppa Italia in the last 7 years, they have reached the semi-finals 5 times in the past.
Olivier Giroud scored 2 in as many minutes against Inter last month. Juventus and Lazio both won their last Serie A game, so it's important to get a good idea of both teams' form.
Lazio are in the last round of the Coppa and have already secured Champions League football for next season. However, they are unlikely to finish above third, so the Italian club should fancy their chances.
For more information, check out the Goal website. For those of us in the United States, there's also the possibility of watching Serie A matches on demand.
PriFUBA, which has a free trial. Inter Milan and Juventus have a decades-old rivalry, with both sides aiming for glory.
Despite a lack of consistency, both have a strong chance of winning the Coppa. Inter Milan, on the other hand, has lost the last 2 Coppa Italia finals against Juventus.
Either team has won the Coppa since it was crowned in 2004. Fabinho's fitness.
If Fabinho is injured in a Champions League match, the Reds will be looking to other players to take over his role. The Brazil international was forced off after just half an hour against Aston Villa, but they still managed to win the game thanks to a late goal from Sadio Mané.
Jordan Henderson was drafted in as a replacement, but Liverpool have yet to find a suitable replacement for their base midfielder. Another injury concern for the away team is the injury to Ciro Immobile.
The Brazilian midfielder has already been sidelined this week due to a calf injury. He will try to recover in time to play in the final game of the season against Verona.
In the absence of Ciro Immobile, Pedro and Jovan Cabral will be named in the starting. Pedro, meanwhile, will be ruled out for the 4th game in a row due to a calf problem.
It is unlikely that he will be able to make the trip to Turin. Fabinho's fitness is a major doubt, but the Brazilian is close to full fitness.
Fabinho could start the game, although the fitness of the Brazilian midfielder is an unknown. Despite the injury concerns, the Italians are optimistic about the possibility of winning the game and lifting the Champions League.
But, they will need to win this game to secure their place at the top of the table. Whether or not Fabinho will be fit for Juventus vs Lazio is another concern, as the Brazilian has a history of injury problems and may be ruled out for this match.
However, the match will take place on Saturday. The match will be streamed on Bet365, with geo-restrictions.
If you want to watch Juventus vs Lazio live stream, Bet365 is the perfect place to do it. Lazio's win over Genoa.
A victory for Lazio over Genoa will be very important this weekend. Both teams are struggling for points in Serie A, while Genoa are currently in the relegation zone.
Both teams have not won a match in 2021, and they need a win to stay in the top half. However, it's not all about form.
You can use the last match history to help you decide who will win on Sunday. Shirova Mobile netted a hat-trick in Lazio's win over Genoa.
The German striker has been under fire in recent weeks, but his hat-trick ensured that he remains one of the league's most clinical forwards. Immobile's goal against Genoa also means that he now has 2 more goals than Juventus' Dusan Vlahovic.
On April 25, Juventus defender Andrea Fortunato tragically died of leukemia, aged just 23. The youngster had been a bright hope for his future.
Juventus and Parma had been paired in the Coppa Italia and UEFA Cup finals. Nevertheless, Juventus suffered their first home defeat in the league, in a match against Lazio on matchday 30.
After a corner, Lazio have been able to dominate possession in the second half. In the third half, Lazio were on top, but it was Genoa who took advantage of that to score first.
A late goal from the hosts came from a corner, and Pedro made no mistake with his header. However, Genoa had no time to hit back and equalize the result.
Then, with Lazio on top, it will be hard for the Italian club to lose a game against Genoa. Virgil van Dijk's fitness.
Virgil van Dijk has made his comeback to the Premier League this season after being sidelined with a knee injury. The Dutch international has been training hard in his off-season training camp, and has hoped to return to the first team in time for the Euro 2020 qualifiers.
However, he decided to withdraw from that tournament to focus on recovering fully. Regardless, Liverpool fans are eagerly awaiting the return of Virgil van Dijk.
Van Dijk was booked against Manchester City on Tuesday, but was expected to play in the heart of Liverpool's defence against Benfica. Despite the yellow card, he played an important role in the back four, which only conceded 1 goal.
He finished with the third highest tackle total on the team and also registered 2 interceptions and an assist. Liverpool centre-back has missed the latest training session, as has fellow defender Dejan Lovren.
Jurgen Klopp revealed he has one wish for his retirement: to sign a defender who can help the Reds win the Champions League. And if he leaves the club, he'd like to work with Matthias Ginter, who he bought at Dortmund.
Away from Virgil van Dijk, there are a few other key players to keep an eye on this weekend. Luca Pellegrini, the man in question, is back to training and could challenge for a starting spot.
Denis Zakaria, meanwhile, is back in the mix. Meanwhile, Mattia De Sciglio is out through suspension.